Yeah. There we go. Subject to user error here in the home studio in Middletown, Delaware. I am Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports. It is February 27th, 2022. You'll have to excuse me if my voice sounds a little messed up throughout however long this is going to be. I was out late last night at a show, kind of a last minute show, I guess. Not totally last minute. I had a couple days notice. What kind of show do you say, Marshall? My stage hypnosis show, which you can see all about on marshalmanlove.com. I might show a couple highlights of it if the videos I tried to upload actually uploaded. Let me look over here on the other screen to see if that has happened. It has not, but that's right. It was fun. I did a show at Blair Academy up in Blairstown, New Jersey, and when I went there, I was reminded that their wrestling team is really fantastic, and they come down here every year for the last 21 years and win the Beast of the East Wrestling Classic, the team titles, anyway. And yesterday was the championships of the individual state wrestling championships here in Delaware. Did I say championships twice? I'm tired, man. And I'm probably going to drink more coffee than usual. You might even see me disappear and go make a pot, wait for it, pour a cup, and come back. I had wanted to just sit here live like almost all day yesterday and cover the wrestling championships and the swimming championships as they happened, and anything else that was going on, because there was some conference championship basketball games as well, boys and girls, Blue Hen and Hen Lopen. But I had to go work. Yes, this is work, but I don't get paid to do this, man. This is a hobby, right? And if you've never seen this, or even if you've never seen this, you will note that I'm kind of scattered. My conversation's all over the place. I don't script this out. Imagine if I had to script this out, man. It's like enough work just to put all this together as it is. It took me like 4 hours to put together what you're going to see here in about 20 minutes or so. So, I just wing it. That's all. But I think it would be cool to just hang out and have people phone in, call in, report stuff live. Almost did it. Could do a bunch of other things at the same time. Just kind of do a free-for-all. Talk sports, real estate, hypnosis, all that kind of stuff. That would be fun. Might do that. So a bunch of stuff did happen yesterday. The wrestling championships, we'll talk about them first. The swimming championships, as I mentioned, were yesterday. I am going to do more about the swimming championships tomorrow. I'm going to talk about some things in this video, but I had a photographer out there. She's not able to get me the pictures that I wanted today. They'll come tomorrow, so I'll just do a special segment about them tomorrow. And I've already extended some interview requests and some invitations to some champions. What's going on? I got to get my video back up here. And hopefully some people will join us. I like doing the interviews, the extended interviews with people. Most of the interviews you see are like 30 seconds. Oh, how do you feel now that you've won the championship? The kids say, yeah, I feel great. And that's basically it. Those are how most interviews go. It's like the most annoying thing. There's not too many professional interviewers that I see out there that really do a good job interviewing people. There's one guy I really like. I think he's with NBC. It's Lewis Johnson, I believe, the track guy. He asks some of the greatest questions right on the track. I like him. But these questions like, oh, how do you feel now that you're the champion? Great. What are you going to say? Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. I can't stand the win. I can't stand it holding up that trophy and celebrating the years of effort that I just put in to do this. It's horrible. I mean, what are you going to say? What are you going to say, right? So the interviews that we do are just a little bit more extensive, get to know some of the people involved. How did they get there? Along the way, they're going to tell you how they feel, and it's going to be good, right? Try to avoid some of those questions, though. An interview I did with a girl out in Utah, Taya Sidbury from Judge Memorial out there, who had broke the state high school record for scoring. Her team just won the state championship. They were undefeated. They went all the way 26-0. She scored 27 points. She's on her way to the University of Utah. So if you watch these shows and you saw me do these interviews, that particular one, they went on to win the state championship. And that is a fantastic young lady. Really liked her, and glad that they won. So who else won? Let me see how I'm going to do this here. We're going to look at the podium shots and discuss what happened during the final round of the individual state tournament yesterday. Malachi Stratton from Sussex Central, the 106-pound champion. He won his final match 12-4. Alexander McAvoy from Cesar Rodney was third. Gavin Mundy from Delaware Military was third. Alexander McAvoy second. Gavin Mundy was third. Malachi Stratton came into this tournament with 50 wins and 4 losses, so he ends up 54-4. That's a lot of matches. He's a freshman. So we talk about milestones here, and 100 wins is a lot in wrestling. So he's well on his way already to 200 wins. There's the brackets, and if you go on DelawareSports.com, you can find them there. Blow that picture up so you can see it. We'll go to 113 pounds. On top of the podium is Caravel's Eddie Radecki. He's a freshman. And that's his second state championship. So while 4 is a rare accomplishment, Radecki could potentially win 5. He beat Julian Rapuano from Del Castle 8-1 in the final championship, and Cameron Davis from Sally's, who was the number 2 seed, took third place with a 1-0 victory over Matt Meadows from St. George's. Now we'll go to 120 pounds on top of the podium. 4-time state champion Gabe Giampetro from Smyrna. He pinned his way throughout the entire tournament, and the final pin was in 227 over Trevor Copes, who took second overall from Milford. Marcello Iannone from Caravel was third, and Giampetro ended up 37-4 on the year, and 4 state championships for him. Now we'll go to 126 pounds. Luke Poor from Caravel, state champion. He wins 11-0 over Brandon Carr from Archmere. Quantez Watkins from Smyrna was in third. Caravel had a big day, big year for Caravel. 132 pounds now. Jack Thode from Milford. He pinned his way through the entire bracket himself. And he beat Dylan Knight of Caravel in the final. Daniel Williams from Delaware Military was in third place. That's Thode. Now let's go to 138 pounds, where Danny Sinclair of William Penn beat Aaron Briscoe from Milford 4-2 in the final. Michael Kling from Caravel was third. We learned a little bit about Danny Sinclair in an interview we did with the William Penn wrestling team last week. You can find that on our channels. Let me put the channels up here so you can see where you can find these. Put this in the corner down here. And yes, if you've never watched this before, I do not have a producer behind the scenes, so that's why there was tons of user error. If you are watching this on the YouTube channel, you can chat with me. If you really want to. If you want to try to give me something else to do and really mess me up, you can perhaps do that. I guess you can also do it on the Facebook page. Comment, although I can't see that as easily. Yeah. If you want to chat, say congratulations to anybody, hit up the YouTube channel and do so there. Oh, man. Where am I? All right, so that was Danny Schneider. We'll go to 145 pounds. Now on top of the podium is Cape Henlopen's Mikey Frederick. Mikey was 36-5 heading into the tournament, ends up 40-5. He beats Jack Duffy from Tower Hill in the final, 18-6, and Abdullah Ahmad Stats. Not really sure how he says that. Statts. Stats. He's third. And we also met Mikey Frederick in an interview we did with the Cape Henlopen Viking wrestling team last week. Again, just go to My Sports Reports channel. You can find that. Go to 152 pounds now. A little bit of an upset here, although if you put it in the context of the success that the Caravel Academy Buccaneers wrestling program had, it might not be so. John Antonio was the number 5 seed, and he beat Avery Copes from Milford 5-1 in the final. Luke Spoor from DMA was third. And it was Antonio who knocked off the number 1 seed, Nuruddin Ahmad Stats from Lake Forest, in the semifinals to get there. So he pulled off a bit of an upset there. The wrestling committee does a very good job at seeding these kids in these brackets. So while John Antonio is certainly a fantastic wrestler, he was 24-6 coming in. Stats was too, and he had definitely earned that number 1 seed. So well-earned victory for John Antonio of Caravel Academy. Now we'll go to 160, and we'll see yet another Buccaneer on top of the podium. It's Alex Poor. He was the number 1 seed. He won 2-1 over Charles Frickman of Cape Henlopen, who was the number 2 seed. Poor was 38-7 coming in to this final tournament of his high school wrestling career, ends up 42-7. He's a senior, and Tim O'Hara from Milford was in third place. Up to 170, where Caravel wins again. This one's Nick Hall. He beats number 2 seed Carson Kammer from Cape Henlopen 11-4. Hall was 43-7 coming in to this tournament, ends up 47-7. 43-4 is not 44. But you can see how I got messed up there because I'm tired. And Timothy Edinger from Hodson was the third place finisher. Now we'll go to 182. With the number 2 seed, Justin Griffin from Sanford School is the state champion at 182 pounds. He wins 3-1 over the number 1 seed, Josh Negron from Sussex Central. Highly anticipated match here. Griffin was 37-2 coming in. He's a junior warrior. Up to 195 pounds now, where Salesianum's Max Agresti wins with a pin. He pinned his last 3 competitors. Pinned Alex Taylor from Cape Henlopen in the final. We met Alex Taylor in that Cape Henlopen interview that we did last week. Agresti was 38-1 coming into the tournament. Won by tech fall in his first match, and then pinned his way through the rest of the way. For his title, Shamar Nelson from Cesar Rodney was in third place. Go to 220 pounds now. The state champion is from Delaware Military Academy. It's Tyler August. He beat the number 1 seed from Cape Henlopen, Dalton Deavy, 3-1 in that final. James Miller from Salesianum was third. August as a junior, he was 41-2 coming in. So we'll see him next year. Will it be at 220 or at 285, where the big guys stand up there? And this was a highly anticipated match too, where Lucas Rupert, the number 2 seed from Cape Henlopen, beats the number 1 seed TJ Burke from Indian River. Burke was 34-1 coming in, and Rupert was 28-5. Kaishan Drumgo from Caravel Academy was third. He won 3-1 over Cale Denegris from Delaware Military Academy. So those are the individual state wrestling championships. There was something I want, man. Sometimes I turn my head and it throws off the whole. It throws off the whole live feed for some reason. I think what it does is it scares it. It scares it. So, what did I want to do here? I wanted to get, because I had a note about something here. Wrestling championships, day 1. Yeah, there were the 2 fastest pins were recorded by Tyler August of Delaware Military in 13 seconds, and Tommy Murray from William Penn also picked up a quick pin in 13 seconds. The boys state swimming championships, we'll get to those in just a minute. I want to thank the folks at Jazzercise in Middletown, Delaware for being kind enough to post up these videos to a very active group page on Facebook dedicated to the parents of Delaware High School athletes, so I appreciate that. Jazzercise in Middletown is located at 24 Broad Street, and they promote something called HIIT Cardio, HIIT Cardio. HIIT Cardio Dance Moves. Call them up, find out what that is, because I don't know what that is. HIIT, High Intensity, something cardio. I don't know. Find that out. So I appreciate them. And also, it is the spring home buying and selling season. If you are looking to buy or sell a home in Delaware, Maryland, or Pennsylvania, I can help you out. I'm licensed in all 3 states. That's right, I'm a hypnotist, a realtor, do this sports show. I also referee volleyball. 4 jobs. I would only like to have 1 job, though. Just 1. Actually, no jobs. I would like to retire. I'm 60 now. Tired. I'm very tired. Sleepy. I just want it to be over, man. I just want to head off into the sunset with my beautiful wife, Donnie M, and let time slow down a little bit. Enjoy the scenery of the beautiful western United States. I'd like to go to Alaska, maybe see stuff out there, some grizzlies, some mooses. Yeah, that's what I would like to do. If you have any information you would like to send to me, please send it to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. Let me put up that again so you can see that. Man, I'm tired. I think I'm going to fall asleep right here. Need my coffee. All right. So the state swimming championships held yesterday. They were won by Salesianum as a team. I'm going to have a hard time reading some of this. The results are on DelawareSports.com. As I mentioned, I am going to do a segment dedicated to the swimming championships tomorrow. So I have all the podium pictures coming. But let's see if... there we go. That's easier. All right, so let's just go quickly over who won the individual events here. Salesianum won their 6th championship in a row. They're like 38th overall state swimming championship. Chip Hanig, the head coach there, has just won all sorts of swimming championships there. I know him for a very long time. When I was doing my regular television show on Channel 28. He was winning championships back then. So he needs to be in the Delaware Sports Hall of Fame, I do believe. So Sally's wins the 200-yard medley relay in 1:34, and about a half a second off of the state record, which a couple of them, 3 of them on this team were on last year, followed by Charter and Wilmington Friends. Wilmington Friends had a good year. They ended up 3rd overall. Max Moen from Wilmington Charter wins the 200-yard freestyle. Alex Elder from Sally's wins the 200-yard IM. 50-yard freestyle won by Thomas Conati from Tower Hill, 21:39. Diving, Griffin Scully from Sally's was in first place. I guess only 2 people competed, and that's a problem because there's not enough diving boards, and then with the restrictions, people couldn't go from school to school if they didn't have one of their own. Tommy Janton from Sally's wins a 100-yard butterfly. You see the state championship records up on top there. It's the DIAA championship, not necessarily the state record, although a lot of times they are. It's a state championship record times. Noah Reese from Wilmington Charter wins a 100-yard freestyle. Ty Wilmore from Wilmington Friends, sophomore, wins the 500-yard freestyle. Sally's wins the 200-yard freestyle relay. Tommy Janton from Sally's wins a 100-yard backstroke. Quarter of a second off the record. Alex Elder from Sally's wins the 100-yard breaststroke. 400-yard freestyle relay won by Sally's in 3:10.92. There you see a picture of the scoreboard with the final team scores. Sally's first, 374 points. Wilmington Charter second and 189. And Wilmington Friends third and 169. So let's go over to the girls. Tower Hill wins for the 3rd year in a row. The 200-yard medley relay won by Ursuline in 1:47.71. Tomorrow when I do this video, we'll mention the team members on these relay teams. Lainey Mullins from Tower Hill wins the 200-yard freestyle in a new record time. She beat her own record from 2020. New time is 1:47.69. Kira Agnew from Wilmington Friends wins the 200-yard IM. Rachel Bachrath from Brandywine, a sophomore, wins the 50-yard freestyle. This is Alyssa Napier from Conrad. This also runs track. So she set some school records on the track and in the pool too. Contender for the Delaware Sports Athlete of the Year. And if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see some details about how to nominate an Athlete of the Year. And we will do that, name Athletes of the Year in the end of June. But we're taking nominations right now. It looks like I've scared the live stream again. Let's reactivate that. There we go. What else? Let's go to the diving championship. Madeline Hiller from Newark Charter, freshman, she wins. Georgia Colburn from Wilmington Charter wins the 100-yard butterfly. 100-yard freestyle won by Rachel Bachrath. Brandywine, new record time of 49.81, shaved 0.15 seconds off of the old record set in 2013. 500-yard freestyle won by Lainey Mullins. of Tower Hill. She captures 4 gold medals because she was also on the 200-yard freestyle relay team for Tower Hill. New record there, 136.82. And broke their own record set in 2020. 100-yard backstroke won by Sydney DeBaki. Sorry if I just botched that up because I've just invited you to be on my show too. She's the champion in the 100-yard backstroke, 56.04. Jordan Tierney from Appoquinimink wins the 100-yard breaststroke in 103.32. It's in the home studio's backyard. Pretty close anyway. Tower Hill School wins the 400-yard freestyle relay in another new state tournament record, 3:31.36. Same girls from the other relay, Grace Gilbert, Brooke Griffin, Sydney DeBaki, and Lainey Mullins. There's the team totals. Tower Hill first in 281. Wilmington Charter right on their tail, though, with 275.5, and followed by Ursuline, also closely with 267 points, and Padua with 188 points. So congratulations to all of them. And also, congratulations to the AI DuPont Lady Tigers. They won the Blue Hen Conference Girls Basketball Championship with a convincing 73-42 victory over St. George's. And they will head into the first round of the state tournament this Wednesday as the number 12 seed. They will take on the Bulldogs of Laurel. St. George's is number 11. They will take on number 22, Wilmington Friends. There's the bracket. Let's blow that up. If we can see that. I really can't see that all that well, but you can follow along. Have that posted on Delaware Sports. You can blow that up there. It's on my Facebook page also. And the Vikings of Cape Henlopen become back-to-back Henlopen champions as they beat Lake Forest 45-31. Morgan Mahoney led the Vikings with 15 points, and she also blocked 5 shots in the game. The Vikings are the number 10 seed. They will host number 23 Red Lion on Wednesday. Lake Forest is the number 8 seed. They get a bye in the first round. They're going to await the winner of the Woodbridge-Conrad game. And they'll play on Friday the 4th. This is the first Henlopen South Conference title for the Spartans of Lake Forest since 1989. So it was the first time they've had a chance to play for the Henlopen Conference overall championship in 33 years. And math skills are working. Greenwood Mennonite, the Flames, the boys and the girls are both the 2022 Delaware Valley Christian Athletic Conference champions. The girls win their championship game 57-20, and the boys win theirs 56-25. The boys' Blue Hen Conference champions are the Cavaliers of Middletown. They beat Howard 56-50. Middletown gets a first-round bye in the state tournament as the number 8 seed, and they will play the winner of the Dover-Delcastle game on Thursday the 3rd. Howard's the number 4 seed, and they also play on Thursday after earning their bye. They'll play the winner of number 13 Smyrna and number 20 St. George's. There's the Middletown Cavalier team. There's the bracket for the boys' tournament, and every one of the top 8 seeds are from upstate this year. 24 teams make the tournament. Let's take a look at the downstate teams. It's Laurel, Dover, Smyrna's below the canal, St. George's, although I always kind of thought that St. George's, Middletown, kind of a northern team, even though we're below the canal. I live below the canal now. I used to live in Newark. I was above the canal. Now I'm a below the canaler. Cesar Rodney, Delmarva Christian, Seaford, Woodbridge, and Delmar. So most of the teams in the basketball tournament for the boys are from upstate this year. The Senators of Dover crowned the Henlopen Boys Conference champions as they beat Seaford 60-56. Dover's the 9 seed. Seaford is 10. And the Blue Jays will play number 23 Tatnall on March 1st. So that was a lot to get into here today. Let's find a picture to post up here. A lot to get into. There really is just so much to cover, and there's no way to comprehensively cover everything. And it has led to this it's not an issue, but I remember when I used to do my television show, people would say, well, why don't you cover this? Why don't you cover that? Because you just can't get to everything. And then there's no money in this, right? So if there's literally no money in doing this. Nobody that's doing this is really making any serious money. The bigger publications can pay a salary, but they really just don't make a whole heck of a lot of money. So everybody's doing this privately is not making any money. I can tell you that. I know it because I started doing this in the 90s. There's other ways to generate income from doing this, which makes it worthwhile. Like, I like to cultivate relationships, meet people, talk to them, say nice things about them. Hopefully, maybe they'll remember me when they would like some entertainment for an event that they're having or something. Maybe they want to sell their house. They don't have a realtor or something. Get in touch with me. That's how that'll work. But what happens is a lot of people then start to get bothered that nobody comes to cover them. Well, not everything can be covered. So you had these conference basketball championships yesterday, and I already saw somebody complaining that there wasn't statistics available for a couple of the basketball games. Well, there were 2 state championships going on at the same time. And for somebody who does cover basketball, like there was a couple people that specifically cover basketball, they can't get to everything at the same time. And they really can't pay. Trust me, they really can't pay people to go cover all these events. So then what happens with the technology when it changed and everybody can be a reporter, right? They blast a video on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. But man, this thing keeps bogging down on me here. So they post up all this stuff, but now there's so much of it and it's all scattered all over the place that it gets lost. It's just as lost as it was before. Because if I'm, let's say, Joe's school, and I start broadcasting Joe's school's sporting events, but everybody is broadcasting their own events now, people that are only really interested in Joe's school are going to end up filtering their way down to Joe's school. So you still run into that same issue, like, well, who's covering all this? So it's kind of it's even though there's more coverage, I don't know that anybody's really getting more coverage. And like, it's kind of weird. I could be totally wrong about that, but just based on comments that I see out there, some people are very satisfied with just seeing that somebody from their school or their program has posted a picture of their kid somewhere. But really, the main reason I do any of this is because it's fun. I always had fun doing this, and if it ever gets to be real work, I just won't do it anymore. That's all. Or, when my ship comes in, it's going right back out. I'm going right back out. But I do like meeting people and following their success. So, for example, I've interviewed a couple kids out west. I mentioned the one from Utah, this Taya Sidbury, and her team just went on to win the state championship in Utah, my adopted second home. I interviewed this other girl from Oregon who recently scored her 2,000th point. Well, she just broke the state record in Oregon for 3-point shots in a game with 14 and scoring points in a half too. So I like following all that. It's a lot of fun for me, and I go entertain all around the country. So it was just interesting to then talking to the athletic director up at Blair Academy and a couple of the wrestling team members, and their girls basketball team won their conference championship or their state championship for prep schools yesterday. So it's just a lot of fun for me, and if you would like to have some fun with me for whatever reason, just reach out to me, mysportsreports@gmail.com. I'll bring you in. I can teach you a whole bunch of stuff about sports reporting. Now, you might not think I'm good at this. I don't put a heck of a lot of effort into it because my main line of work is in other stuff. But I do actually know what I'm doing from time to time. It might even show. I've always just kind of done stuff outside the box, though. And that does kind of aggravate some people. Maybe some other time I'll tell some stories of how I've upset the apple cart over the years. Those are fun stories. I would like to say hello and thank you to a couple special people. Joey V, my number 1 fan. Donnie M, my number 2 fan. Tommy K, I know watches out there a lot. Kristen M, Melissa F, Jeremy H, and his beautiful wife. Who else I can think of off the top of my head? Oh, man, why is I doing that? It's really annoying. Oh, yeah, so if you've never watched this before and you've actually made it this far, the other thing is I don't edit a whole lot of stuff. Occasionally, it gets so bad I actually have to just stop and do it again. But I've talked for 37 minutes. If I mess up real bad right now, it's staying there. Yeah. All right. So please subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff for me so we can get your kids' faces in front of more people. That's how it works. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshal Manlove. And now, it's lunchtime, baby. Yeah, I'm gone. It's lunch.